All I can say about this song is it comes from the Pete Seeger tradition. We live in dangerous times. When he was around, and I was a middle schooler, Vietnam War was the dangerous time. These are more dangerous times. Quite apart from Trump and all this stuff, we're not talking to each other anymore. We're all in these silos. We talk at each other maybe, and that's about the best that's going to go on. So with Pete Seeger in mind, and we're hoping to get on the Bernie Sanders caravan with this, he has musicians with him. This is called Truth Is Just a Rumor, and if you're so inclined, you are with us on that, sing along, clap along. Talk in slow conversation, we'd share our thoughts without hesitation. Somewhere along the line, we'd turn deaf ears to anything and everything that we don't want to hear. Truth is just a rumor, and the news is fake. Black and white's a shade of gray around here these days. We got alternate facts for everything we say. Truth is just a rumor these days. Now Dr. King had a dream that we could be much better than we seem. But Rodney King and George Floyd and a list of too many names just showed us that the more we change, the more we stay the same. Truth is just a rumor, and the news is fake. Black and white's a shade of gray around here these days. We got alternate facts for everything we say. Truth is just a rumor these days. I don't think I like you very much. It seems to me you're way out of touch. Don't get me started on Roe v. Wade. Truth is just a rumor these days. Just a rumor and the news is fake. Black and white's a shade of gray around here these days. We got alternate facts for everything we say. Truth is just a rumor. Truth is just a rumor. Truth is just a rumor these days. The song is about the small cemeteries that line the East River Valley, where my mother's people came from Scotland and settled and toiled for 200 years. And there are a lot of these small settler cemeteries up and down the river on both sides at random intervals where people died. 5 or 6 or 8 stones in each cemetery. And where we come from, Atlantic Canada's a lot of elm. And for some reason I usually wind up stopping at all these cemeteries when the leaves are coming off on the elm trees. And every time I read these, I'm just struck with how fragile we are, how little time we have. And I was talking to Father Doyle at lunchtime. This is for you, Father. It's called Leaves of Elms. Here upon this stones, placed with care by hands unknown. Jenny, daughter, much beloved, Samuel, loving father, Jacob, a son who died at sea, Catherine lost in infancy. Stories each bittersweet, scattered here beneath our feet. Sometimes we are overwhelmed, rather like leaves of elms. Far removed in time and place, vanishing without a trace. Something more than love and lust, nothing less than ash and dust. Stories each bittersweet, lying here beneath our feet. Sometimes we are overwhelmed, rather like leaves of elms. Stories each bittersweet, scattered here beneath our feet. Sometimes we are overwhelmed, rather like leaves of elms. Please rise. Always stuck in my mind. And in writing a song about it, or feeling compelled to write a song about it, no need to tell the story. People know the story. In 1958, there was an explosion that killed 75 miners instantly. Trapped 12 of them underground for a week. And I shouldn't say an explosion, it was what's called a bump. Does everybody know what that is?
Yeah.
For those who don't, a bump is just a shift in the coal seam in the plate, such that the floor meets the ceiling instantly. So the 1958 thing was a bump. That's the story. Been said, many songs. As I read about this and went to the museum and went down there and read some more about it, what I took away from it was myself in that situation. I'm slightly claustrophobic as it is. I cannot imagine being 13,000 feet from hell, from the pit head, in a space about 18 feet by about 5 feet high, in the pitch black, cold, injured, being miners, knowing that the chance of being rescued was essentially nil. Myself, I'd lost it in the first 5 minutes. These fellows survived. This is called Spring Hill. Moncton, across the Tantramar, the town on the Nova Scotia border, the coal runs deep in
collar to the suit. So down we went on the second shift on a clear October day. Not one man among us knew what was coming our way. In Spring Hill, there ain't nothing left but ash and dust in the Cumberland River. And ghostly voices whisper. Coal dust and methane can do inside the scene. It'll turn your world upside down, make you pray you were somewhere else. Then 13,000 feet underneath a cold, black, unstable shell. In Spring Hill, in spring, nothing left but ash and dust in the Cumberland River. Every game in the neighborhood, when I was just a little man, used to sit out late on the stoop and wait in the summertime for all the game. We had no worries and we had no doubt, never had a long-term plan. When we'd meet up on English Street just to get up and we'll keep the kid and keep on running. Keep the kid out of the island free. Forget the kid when you see it come. Come on, darling, just keep with me. Just to chase some moon through the neighborhood, try to sneak past my old man. He just lay on the couch and say, one day, boy, you will understand. But I had no reason, I had no doubt, never had a long-term plan. When we meet up on English Street, just to get up the game of keep the kid and keep on running. Keep the kid out of island free. Forget the kid when you see it come. Come on, darling, just get with me. Keep the kid and keep on running. Keep the kid out of island free. Forget the kid when you see it come. Come on, darling, just keep it in me. Like every old man, there's a little bit of youth in the heart of every young man. There's still something true. People grew up, people changed, went our separate ways. But now and then we'll meet up again, just to reminisce about the good old days. When we had no worries and we had no doubt, never had a long-term plan. When we meet circling the stage. Get up, kick the can, come on, kick the can, and you keep on running. Kick the can out loud and free. You get the can when you see it come. Come on, son, did you get with me? Kick the can and you keep on running. Kick the can out loud and free. You get the can when you see it come. Come on, son, did you get with me? Come on, darling, take a kick with me.
This is a song I wrote with Raymond. It is, I think, one of the highlights for me on the new record. As you get older, you just can't help think the road ahead is definitely shorter than the road behind. You don't ponder it every day, but it crosses your mind what's transpired in your life and have you made good use of your life. This is called A River Runs Through.
Homeward bound under autumn leaves and sky so blue. From the hand of God, the river runs through. Now two boys are now grown men, and we will not pass this way again. Time is short, and memory never flows away from me. Take my hand, show me the way, carry me home. The water's edge, and the river lingers in my head. Gabriel's home softly blows at my feet. The river flows. Take my hand, show me the way. Carry me home, freedom. Take my hand, be my guide. Carry me home. freely. Take my hand and be my guide. Carry me on with you. Carry me on.
Donuts on the main street of Bridgeton, and I'm reading this Bridgeton paper, and in there's a story about this fellow by the name of Jimmy Weber, who had been a high school football star in the town, drafted into the Vietnam War, served 2 tours, got decorated for gallantry, but he come back, like so many of our veterans will, pretty disturbed, probably undiagnosed PTSD at that time, and he held it together for about 10 years, till one night on the 4th of July. Maybe the fireworks set him off. He got his pistol out, he went down Main Street and shot up the town. Then he got into an altercation out at the Chevron station. So I'm reading this. And beside the telephone rings, the publisher. He says the Dixie Chicks, A&R, is looking for a song. They're looking for a follow-up to Goodbye Earl. Do you remember that song? Now, but dear people, when the Dixie Chicks or A-list acts like that come looking for songs, it is not a good career move to say you have the writer's block and have nothing to offer. So I lied. In that incident, I said, well, I got just the thing. And he says, well, what is it? And I proceeded to summarize the story of Jimmy Weber. He goes, oh my God, this is a guy from LA. He goes, oh my God, that's it. They're going to love it. What's the chorus? The chorus wasn't in the paper. So I'm freewheeling, as much as I am right now. I'm freewheeling with him. I said, well, it's about redemption. It's about crossing lines in your life and mental health difficulties. And he goes, oh my God, they're going to love that. When can we have it? Well, this is back before Pure Later and sending files around digitally and stuff. I said, when do you need it? He said, Friday. It was Monday. This is called BRIDGTON. An hour inland from Portland, they cross the big old lake. Through the narrows at Naples lies the town of Bridgeton. In the shadow of the White Mountains, where the forest meets the shores, Violet Lake's clear waters, where Jimmy Weber was born. The story goes that Jimmy was never too good in school, but he quarterbacked the varsity, well, Jimmy was no fool. He drew a low number in the draft of '69, served 2 tours in the Vietnam that forever changed his life. When you cross the line, there be no going back. So keep your head on straight and your heart on track. There be no going round for a second time. So mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. It was late one summer evening, the 4th of July. Fireworks were over the full moonlit the night. Jimmy was growing restless, he was in need of a score, when he walked into Old Johnson's, a Chevron loaded full. When he crossed the line, and you know more back, so keep your head on straight and your heart on track. And you don't go round for a second time. So mister, you best think twice before you cross the line. Jim pulled out his weapon, he serviced 45. Said, look here, Mr. Johnson, you can come out of this alive. Just empty out your register and do it nice and slow. But the old man, he just shook his head and said, I don't think so. See, I know who you are, son. I knew your daddy well. I heard you been in the Vietnam, and I reckon that was hell. But if you mean to take this money, you'll have to use that gun in your hand. I guess that's your decision, son. You just make